Hi, everybody. I hope everyone's doing okay. I miss everybody. Hope you're doing well, enjoying your spring, the good weather for the most part, the warmer weather, and just having a blast getting outside and spending time together. So, we're going to read a few spring like books, maybe about gardening and flowers and springtime and things coming to life after the winter. So, the first one that we're going to read is called We Are the Gardeners, and it's written by Joanna Gaines and kids. So I love Joanna. And I know it's backwards, but I will make sure I'll do what I typically do, which is read the story, and then I will show you the pictures. So let's get started. We are the gardeners. We are the gardeners. That's a pretty official title, but we didn't start out this way. Just like our garden, we started small and grew from there. Some say that a garden just grows from seeds, but we think it grows from trying and failing and trying again. A garden is hard work, but so is most of the good, important stuff in life. So see them? There they are. There she is with her rake and this little watering pail and their flowers and their plants. See this page too? Let's see what happens. Our family's garden story began with one small potted fern. Dad stumbled upon it at the hardware store when he ran in for some supplies. He said it was just too cute to leave behind, and he thought it would make Mom smile, and it did. So there he is with the potted plant and the boys. Look how it's cute, little fern. And then there's the hardware store. See all the tools? You got a saw and you got a hammer. All kinds of neat things. A drill, nails. My dad loves the hardware store. I think most guys do. We chose a sunny windowsill for that pretty little fern. It seems like a good safe spot for him to grow. This was back when we were little kids, but we still remember visiting the plant each day to give him a drink, and sometimes we'd even whisper to him a bit. So there they are. They each have their own watering pail. What colors are these? I don't know if you can see. That one's red. And then we have like a bluish gray, yellow, and green. And look, there he is up on the windowsill. There's a little bird, a little red bird, a little cardinal maybe. They say it's important to talk to your plants and give them TLC. And then, plot twist, out of nowhere, our fern died. Death by overhydration. That's just a fancy way of saying we gave him way too much water. Looking back, each one of us must have watered him every day. That's a lot of drinks for a little plant. By mistake, we loved that plant to death. Some people tell themselves they are no good at something after one small failure, but no chance were we going to give up that easily. So we checked out some books from the library. Do you hear that, guys? They checked out some books from the library. And we found out that ferns can be tricky and prefer to live in a shady spot. Apparently, a plant's leaves can communicate to us what they're needing. We also learned that most plants have good manners and like to sip, not gulp. Lesson learned. So there they are, sitting on their stacks of books. Look at him. He's looking pretty sad, wasn't he? Mom was as excited about the new outdoor garden as we were. Oop, I skipped a page. Let's try that again. Dad got us a fresh fern, and with it came fresh hope. This time, we set the pot on our piano, way on the other side of the room where the sun wouldn't give him so much attention. We made a watering schedule and took turns saying a lot of nice things to our little sprout of a plant. And fern number 2 lived and thrived and grew, and finally, Mom got him a little potted friend. And then another, and then one or two more. We noticed that talking to our plants actually helped them grow bigger and stronger, so we added some songs and jokes into the mix. Unlike when we overwatered, zebra plants died from us talking too much. Pretty soon, plants were taking over the house, and Dad said it was time to graduate to outdoor gardening. Look at all of those plants. Look at the flowers and the ferns. You know that? Mom was as excited about the new outdoor garden as we were, and she started talking about it with a dreamy look in her eyes. That's when Dad called a family meeting so we could come up with a real plan. There's Mom. Look what she's thinking. Look, fruits and vegetables and plants and flowers, all kinds of stuff. She had big plans. See what happens. We all gathered around the kitchen table and got to work dreaming, planning, and drawing things out. Oh, look, they're doing it as a family. It's important to spend time with your family, isn't it? See them all together? That's a good page. That's probably my favorite page so far. We knew we needed a sunny spot, a place where the plants could sunbathe for at least 6 hours a day. We'd be red as radishes if we did that, but plants just love it. And more than that, they need it. In the garden, there is no life without light. So there's their plans so far, their drawings, where they want things to go, the flowers and fruits and vegetables. They know what they're doing. Oh, they even got a little shed and chicken house. Dad always says that the foundation is the most important thing when it comes to building a house. A house can't be strong if it's built on something weak, and the same holds true in the garden. So to make the foundation of our garden strong, we filled it with something called soil. Good soil, which includes a bunch of tiny living things called organisms, can grow things in it. That's pretty amazing when you stop and think about it. A whole hidden world of life is happening beneath our feet. Just because you can't see the good things with your eyes doesn't mean they're not there. And another cool thing about soil is that it feeds and strengthens the seeds we sow. And then, like a miracle, plants and flowers burst out of the ground. You got, carrots. I know some of you like carrots and radishes and potatoes. People love stuff that stems from potatoes. Because who doesn't love French fries? Huh. They're growing all kinds of neat things. We also knew we needed our garden to get plenty of water. Rain is the very best thing for plants to drink, but it's hard to know when and if rain is coming. So a couple other options to keep plants hydrated are to collect rainwater or use a sprinkler or garden hose to get the job done. There they are collecting water. There's Daddy with the wheelbarrow. And then they're playing in the water, aren't they? I mean, can you blame them? A lot of fun. Once we had a location with plenty of sun, good soil, and a watering plan, we got right to work. First things first, seeds. The most fun part of planning out our garden was deciding what to plant. We started with the foods we like to eat, like strawberries and tomatoes, and then we chose some pretty flowers to keep them company. The thing about seeds is that they're everyday miracles. Everything a plant will grow up to be is already hidden inside the seed. We chose flowers like zinnias, sunflowers, and cosmos so that pollinators would visit our garden. Butterflies, hummingbirds, and bees spread pollen around from flower to flower, encouraging even more things to bloom. We like knowing the little helpers are out there in nature working with us to help this garden grow. My daddy loves hummingbirds, and my mom loves butterflies, and my baby brother loves bees. So we got insects representing all the family, and there's the packets of seeds. Who doesn't love a good strawberry? I know I do. The bees must have put the word out that we had a pretty good thing going because sure enough, all sorts of other critters started to arrive. We quickly found out that there were 3 types of bugs in our backyard: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the worst part. It was a pretty sad day when the aphids, pronounced aphids, arrived. They are some of the more well-known villains in the gardening world. They suck the life right out of plants. But then the ladybugs showed up to eat those pesky aphids for lunch. Ladybugs are for sure part of the hero camp, bravely protecting our plant friends from harm. And we've got to tell you about earthworms. They're like the secret agents of the garden. Earthworms eat all of the dead things like old roots and leaves and turn them into life for the soil. Every time we found one, we would all high five and celebrate. They aren't pretty, but who cares? They're awesome, and we love seeing them hard at work. Look at him. He's got his little detective outfit on. You know, ladybugs coming to the rescue. We realized pretty quickly that we needed to keep the weeds out. They are the true bullies of the garden. Weeds try to steal water, sunlight, nutrients from our fruits and veggies, and it's our job to make sure those little rascals don't take over. If we ignore the garden for too long, the weeds run wild and hurt our beloved plants. It's so much easier to do just a little bit every day. I know that story. Sometimes weeds are an issue. There they are, pulling them right out of the ground. We were officially gardeners and had a real-life garden to prove it. That garden became our pride and joy. Day in and day out, we tended to our plants, making sure they got plenty of sun and water. Every time a new plant sprouted up from the ground, our excitement grew right along with it. Look at this garden, guys. Look at all those flowers. Look how beautiful. Look at all the colors, pinks and blues and yellows and oranges and reds. As time passed, our garden grew bigger, and so did our family. When our garden was finally in full bloom and growing tall, we'd run through the aisles and watch the butterflies flutter around us. Look how beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Look. I love that. That makes my heart happy. But one day, as we were mid-skip, we noticed some trespassers helping themselves to lunch. And by lunch, we mean half of the garden. Animals may look cute and innocent, but some have a sneaky side. They can wipe out a garden in no time flat. The chickens ate the vegetables, the goats ate Mom's roses, and the bunnies weren't picky at all. They ate anything in sight. Saying goodbye to that many happy plants was even harder than throwing away our very first dead fern. We debated if we should just give up. Was it really worth it to start all over again? Then we remembered one very important detail. We are the gardeners. It was our responsibility not only to grow this garden, but also to protect it. So we put up a little fence to keep the animals out and got to work rebuilding our garden. They are not giving up. It's not good to give up, huh? You just keep trying. Look at all those animals eating all their delicious stuff. Look at the new baby. So it had a new baby. I love that. It didn't take long to get our plants and flowers growing tall again. To this day, our very favorite days are when we get together the fruits of our labor. Mom loves to set the table with pretty flowers in every color you can imagine. We help her dream up recipes for the food we've grown. Sometimes when we see all of that beauty laid out, we can't believe our hands helped bring it to life, and it makes all that hard work worth it. It's what keeps us coming back day after day, season after season. There they are at a big table. Look at all that yummy food and those flowers. One big happy family. We still keep a little fern on the piano to remind us of our small beginnings. Every time we water it, we're reminded not to give up when things don't work out the first time. Because the thing is, whether one potted fern dies or half the garden is wiped out by little critters, every failure or setback teaches us something. Dad says that every hard thing we choose to do makes us braver for the next time. I think he's right. Look. Beautiful. There are so many lessons waiting to be learned in a whole world of gardening ready to bloom. We are the gardeners, and you can be too. Isn't that good? I hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was a good one. I love the message behind that story. Never give up. Keep on chugging along. You got to do it so you can be successful, and everybody fails, and that's okay. No matter what, you're always going to be loved. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was called We Are the Gardeners by Joanna Gaines. Beautiful illustrations, beautiful book. Well, I will see you guys next time. I hope you have a good day. Bye.